Is there anything better than a trip getting ready?
Nope.
For a long journey where our podcast released a new epi, searching for a fade fiend, new fixation. Giving this a subscribe is the same sensation. Started with the day ones, they gave us fuel to support the season. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here for a reason. Notification bells, text some friends, all to let you know. Check your Bluetooth, connect, talk your wisdom out of.
Welcome in, everyone. Episode 28. Ebony and I story. Don't worry, I won't be singing anymore. I need to give you guys a little context of this pod. I am joined by the prettiest person I know. She didn't know I was going to say that. I wanted to put her on the spot. But, I mean, you don't go to pageants just on personality alone. So we'll give her the compliment. As far as I know, that's the first time I've ever said that to her. So at least it doesn't get too uncomfortable for her normally.
Thank you.
I make her comfortable in other ways. Like, hey, you want to dance? Hey, you want to dance?
Let's
Hey, you want to dance? So we have Ebony Acton. Miss Acton, how the heck are you doing today?
I am doing really good today. I actually woke up really early this morning because I had some errands to run. And that's like the beauty of preparing for a pageant, which I'm sure we'll get into a little later.
We will.
And after running the errands, I was practicing and, getting things together for a really big launch pertaining to one of my many hats that I have. And we'll get into that a little later as well. Yes. And I was actually trying to catch up on the Miss Universe pageant. So I actually, because I was prioritizing, again, one of my big launches that I'm focusing on, I have not been able to give the Miss Universe organization pageant my full undivided attention. And I was, working on that I wouldn't say working on that, but giving that a little bit of my attention because it's super important. It's like the World Cup. Like it's beyond Super Bowl because Super Bowl is Miss USA. It is World Cup for every girl and every woman in the pageant world. So that's kind of my day in a nutshell.
We're going to get to some other things, but I want to come back to that. So let me explain something. Answer this for me, Miss Acton. So you may be on a stage with some ladies that all they eat is fruits and berries, all that natural stuff. You are stuck on an island called the United States of America. We got pillars here, and you got to read all these labels. You mess with them girls?
I would say there are some women in the pageant world that are very strict on their diet regimen. Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let me just ask you just a little bit more of that because, hey, inquiring minds want to know, and we don't all know somebody that does this pageant kind of thing. When you come in contact with some of them, if it is the day of, if they got a little boogie, if they got a little crumb, are you telling them?
Oh, for sure. They have, because it's not for me. I can't speak for every other contestant or contender in the pageant world, in the pageant realm. Is I want you at your ultimate best, not just for, in a competition, because a pageant at the end of the day is a competition. But I know how I would feel if there was some messed up eyeliner and then later on we see that in a picture, or the quality of the cameras are high definition. So lo and behold, you might see a crumb from that, piece of bread you were sneaking in, 2 hours before preliminaries or the finals. And I am always that type of woman who goes out of my way and, make women in the pageant world feel really loved. I actually had the opportunity of being not Miss Congeniality once, but twice in two different pageant systems. So I take it to heart to make sure that women are feeling loved and they actually have a sister, and it's woman empowerment at the end of the day.
I love it. Of course, she takes the higher road than me, but that's why they don't invite me to any stages. I also am a little curious. I want to stay in that same vein, if you will. Okay. All right. When it is time for you guys to all come together, I want to know what keeps you calm during all of that? Here's what I'll offer to you. When I lived in Los Angeles, I went to a lot of auditions, and I got all of them. And I didn't take all the work because of maybe life commitments. Yeah, I did. But I believe that the reason that I got them all is because I was already out there, not trying to flex. I had a 6-figure job. I was working at UCLA. I didn't just get off of a bus from Minnesota, leave my whole life behind, and everything is riding on this. I'm not waiting tables. I'm not washing cars. I'm not doing those things that I need to struggle. So when I went in, I was comfortable. I was just being Donato, just running lines. When they said this character, my first movie role was, I was working out really hard at that time, Ebony. Don't look at me right now.
You're on Venice.
Magic Queen, don't look at me. But I was working out hard, and they wanted me to just be the typical guy at a party. They put me in a really tight shirt for filming. And I just delivered that as I thought they needed me to be, a party goer, the bro, the typical bro. That's what I played. That's easy. I put myself in that because I could relax. But when I walked in, there was the energy, Ebony. Everyone's, their heads are down. They're looking at their lines. They're cramming. And there was no energy. No one wanted to talk. No one wanted to be friendly. And I just kind of think of, well, if you ain't got it by now, you ain't going to get it.
Right.
Could you tell me, how do you stay calm? What is it like backstage for you during all of this? What keeps you centered?
That's a really good question, and I'm so happy this is not a Q&A or interview because I feel like completely stumped. I'm like, oh, what do I do behind stage? So first and foremost, it's really important that I put my faith at the forefront. So I'm always going to say a prayer, and that's like something that I know I'm going to do. Yeah. But I love to crack jokes. I am super witty. I love cracking jokes. I love for women to, once again, people in general, but in pageants, specifically behind stage, I like for us to feel comfortable in cracking jokes. And I would say, like this past pageant that I competed in DC, USA, backstage, we were sitting there for a long time because they were computing our scores, and I started getting delirious. I'm tired at this point. Ooh. My feet are hurting. Their feet are hurting. I'm pretty sure some people's eyes were getting heavy because we do wear eyelashes because it has to be exaggerated on the stage because of stage lights and recording. And I'm just backstage cracking jokes nonstop. So that's something that I personally do. Yeah. I also make sure I give a woman a compliment, and I genuinely mean my compliment. So if I'm telling a woman, hey, you rocked it, and when you walked across the stage in swimsuit, or like, yes, legs. And for the most part, it transcends from how I was in practice. Yeah. And it goes back into the final day of either preliminaries or our finals. And so there's already a rhythm that the women are already aware of, like how Ebony is going to appear to them. But that's just what I do backstage. It's boring. If you're just like sitting here just trying to be hyper focused. Once again, if you don't have it by now, then it is what it is. Every woman's different. I do know that there are women that do isolate themselves. And sometimes they're the winner, sometimes they're not. And it really just depends on what the judges see, what the director wants. And, that's pretty much what I can, gather in a nutshell.
Ebony, I know you said when I asked you this question, it was kind of hard. I got to come clean. This is a hard hitting expose. We're going to ask you stuff that you ain't ready for. I'm here to make you cry. Are we gonna be able to continue?
Make you cry. It's gonna make my eyes like all runny and like I'm not wearing my waterproof mascara.
Oh, so I probably should have told you all that. Too late. We in it.
Ebony. We are in it. We're going all in. Let's go.
Since I put that pressure on you, and you're the pageant queen, Ebony. If I call you up 11:30 at night by video call, are you picking up?
Are you saying this as a love interest or?
Oh, no. Just as Donato, the guy who knows you, dare I say associate, you picking up?
Of course. Hold
on.
If I'm not too sleepy, I might answer and be like, hey, I'm really tired. We're gonna have to talk tomorrow. I'm not gonna sit here and hold anybody because I love my sleep. I am big on beauty rest. I am big on making sure I am well rested. But on another instant, I will definitely pick up. I know one thing that I've been struggling to be better at, believe it or not, is saying no to, the people I will fully extend myself to. And so I could say this is the year where I'll probably be like, yeah, I'm not going to answer it. Or if I do answer it, once again, I'm going to be like, it's late. This is kind of when I sleep. Or kind of like if you have discernment, because a lot of times I do operate in discernment, I'll answer it because I know there are certain people who aren't calling at 11:30. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, are you okay? Do I need to bail you out?
Yeah.
Is it a collect call? I'm more than likely I'm going to accept. Okay,
let's be real.
Okay, I might be a pageant queen, but I still know people that aren't necessarily high society, high class, on the apparatus.
I just wanted to see, because I gotta know who's in my circle. Let me workshop that. Let's workshop this. 11:30 at night, phone rings, ring. Ebony, you have a call from the Annapolis Correctional Institute. This call is from, it's Donato. Girl, I need help. Come get me. Will you accept the charges?
I'm accepting the charges. I'm gonna be like, I'm accepting the charges. I can't wait to hear this.
Okay. For those who can't see on YouTube, that made my day. I'm really happy.
Yes, I would definitely accept the charges.
Don't let this smile fool you. I walk that line. I'm out here doing stuff. I ain't doing nothing.
No.
I ain't doing nothing. But
no, I would definitely answer.
Great. Ebony, thank you. I want to say now, thanks for coming on. You sound really busy, and just to sit around and talk with this wacky guy. The listeners, we appreciate it, and I hope that they learned so much about you. I'm looking to learn some things I'm already learning to this point. All right, so let's get to just a few little easy things. What are you bumping right now? When you're driving around, what's some of the music you got right now? There was something you were listening to coming in. Say it.
Well, actually, I wasn't listening to music coming here because I was trying to rush to get here. I was trying to rush to get into the house to make sure I was here. But let's say I have moods. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Sometimes I'm feeling Afro beats. So I'm listening to DJ Sake. I know I love Burna Boy, but like when it comes to Amapiano, I'm listening to Sake. If I'm feeling neo soul, I'm definitely going to, play some Alicia Keys. I know, what's her name? Cleo Soul is relatively new on the scene. I'm definitely going to hit up a song for her. I love, what is, dang, her, like, her face is there. It's just not her name.
What's the genre?
Georgia Smith. Definitely gonna play Georgia Smith. And Brent Faiyaz. I love Brent Faiyaz. And then all the time, I'm definitely R&B. R&B, hands down. Specifically right now, I'm listening to, or like, because it's the holidays. I'm that person that thinks Christmas starts, honestly, July. Like, Christmas in July, if you ever heard of that. I'm that excessive when it comes down to Christmas.
This is it, listeners. This is where the divide happens. Miss Acton.
That's just me.
No, it's about to blow up. We're about to have an issue. Here's the issue. The right now, this belongs to Shirley Caesar. Beans, tomatoes, potatoes. You're going to get your little Christmas. You're going to get the Mariah Carey. All that's about to happen. But right now, I think she got this. Can we get to the meal?
We can give it to soul food. I will always give Thanksgiving to soul food.
Okay. All right. I thought you was about
I think
to
that's fair. I think
jump
that's fair.
past that meal.
But Thanksgiving is literally a day. Christmas is like a season. I'm just saying.
I like it. I like it. All right. So you call me up. You need a ride. Just bear with me here. You hop in. It's been whatever kind of day it's been for me. And then all of a sudden, I start playing some music. I am pretty sure you're not going to like this, but I got some yodeling going on. There's some yodeling going on.
Okay.
You think you're in the Bavarian Alps. You going to say something to me, or we just going to ride out?
More than likely, I'm going to be like, oh, what's inspiring you to play this? This is an interesting selection of music. All right. Like,
okay,
do you
all
know?
right.
Like, is that what you do? I'm going to ask questions because that's not necessarily normal for Americans. So I'm gonna inquire. Are you trying out for something? Is this a new thing?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna rock it out, but I'm gonna ask questions because I'm gonna be very inquisitive.
I might be able to hit you to the game, and for you testing your octaves. You trying
to and I will definitely test them out.
Okay, I got another one here. Miss Acton.
Okay.
I am, let's say, a friend now. On the phone call, I was kind of an associate. I'm a friend.
Okay.
And I can't dance. Are you gonna tell me that I can't dance? You gonna let me know?
I'm gonna let you know.
No. That's like the worst thing to say. You sure you want to just wreck me? Because I move and I groove, but it don't look good. Are you sure you want to tell me?
I'm gonna tell you because if you look foolish, okay, we're living in a day and age where people are recording you. Okay.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is to be humiliated and embarrassed. Now, if you do not mind being, viral, humiliated, embarrassed because you can't dance, I'm going to be your 100% supportive cheerleader. Okay. I'm be like, yes, you better be off beat. Okay. Or you better do that dance wrong. I'm here for it. But I'm also that type of friend to be like, yeah, you cannot dance.
Okay,
you can.
We all need one of those in our circle. So I'm just kind of curious which one you do.
I'm not honest friend. The way I'm gonna break it down is gonna be really nice, but like we gonna get straight to it. Like you just know.
All right. Now we need to learn a little something else.
Okay.
What is your favorite piece of jewelry?
I like rings.
Oh.
I like rings. Like
really?
This is white gold.
Yeah.
This is gold. This is like my very first piece of jewelry that I purchased for myself.
Yeah.
And it was a real big investment for me. And I want to say that was in 2018.
Yeah.
And then this is one of the rings that my dad bought me. So the main reason why I like rings is because they're very pretty and I do like my hands. Because like for the most part, I do talk with my hands. I'm like showing a lot of footage, doing makeup sometimes.
Yes.
And I would say the next thing would have to be, believe it or not, is necklaces or are necklaces.
Oh, okay.
Specifically gold. I love gold necklaces with some level of jewels. So
I'm your cousin Juan from Minnesota. Bear with me now. I came into town for Thanksgiving. We about to have a good meal. And I say, let me hold some. Can I get a ring? Can I borrow a ring? No. Now that I know it's your I didn't even get it out. Because it's your favorite.
We don't do that over here.
Was it because I'm from Minnesota?
we not. I get it. There are cousins that be like, yes. There are family members in general.
Yes.
I'm that family member where you probably say that I'm bougie, stuck up, I'm stingy. By all means, we're still related. You're not going to rescind my title of cousin, auntie, sister, niece, aunt, whatever. No.
Oh man. That was a resounding no. This is the thing. No. I'm not even gonna ask twice. It sounds like that door is shut. Nothing happened there. I just wanted
nothing happened there. Or I might even say, like, say if you want to hold something, like, oh, well, how much do you have so you can buy something from me? You're not gonna hold it.
Yeah. 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 Well, in that case, it ain't happening because I actually thought I was gonna get this one on the discount, like the free discount. That's okay. You read that though. You read me.
You can
read
get
me.
the earrings. I will give away earrings for sure.
Okay.
Like I will give away diamond earrings.
Yeah.
I give away like my high quality costume jewelry because with pageants we do have expensive costume jewelry earrings.
Yeah.
They're like, when I say expensive, we're talking like $35, $50, sometimes $100, depending on how it's crafted, because a lot of times it's crafted by hand.
Yeah.
But aside from that, we're not sharing rings at all. No.
Ebony, tell me something that you did for somebody and it made you feel the greatest ever. Something you did and it was like your lifetime achievement. It could be anything. But I'm just curious, what was that moment for you in life?
There are multiple times that I have felt that way. I'm very generous, especially for the ones that I love.
Yeah.
I like to do surprises. I like to show up for people. But immediately the first thing that you said that came to mind was my Neo's probate. And so I kept telling her I wasn't coming. And I genuinely at the time was not coming. And then it just really felt like the Holy Spirit was just like, go to her probate. And I remember showing up and she was just like bawling. She was ballistic. She was overwhelmed with joy. And within the same year, she also competed for the schools chapter, our university. She competed for the schools chapter Kappa Alpha Psi pageant. And, a little biased to the colors, a little biased. But I told her, now I for sure was like, I'm not coming to the pageant. I'm not going to come. And I had every reason to be there. Like I asked one of my other Neos, but I asked my line sister, like, what time is she going to be there? And then I pulled up to her dressing room and she just started crying. She was like, you lied and you said you weren't coming. I was just like, girl, I was coming to this. Like, I'm not going to not make it to your pageant. Like, it's your pageant. Like,
yeah,
it's your pageant. As a pageant girl, I'm not going to not make it to your pageant. So I would say those are two times that like made my heart really happy. It made her extremely happy. And that's like one of the best friends that I have to this time.
When you're ready for your pageant, how do you make the decision on what hairstyle you're gonna do? How does somebody make that decision? It seems like that is a hard decision to make. I feel like it should always be a daggone ponytail, because don't you want to draw attention to your face? You don't want hair all over it. Even if you got luscious locks, you want to see your grill, right?
It depends on the gown or the outfit at hand. So for me, when it comes, it's really hard for me to decide because my hair is so versatile. And I know I look very ethically ambiguous all the time, depending on my hairstyle.
Nah, you look Samoan to me. You always look Samoan to me. I thought you was Moana.
I appreciate it. I just said Lo Moana. Make way. But it depends on your actual outfit or what's the portion and what do you want to draw attention to. Sometimes your hair does make a big difference. So like you want your hair to be big, full, voluminous, and other times you do want it sleek back off your face, whether that is a ponytail, a bun, high, low, straight, body waves. It literally depends on the woman. Sometimes her skin complexion, sometimes her eyes, sometimes her preference of like what lip color she's using. Ultimately the gown or the outfit. So it's a variety of things.
Here comes a hard hitter. Brace yourself. Ebony, can a short hair pageant participant ever win? Have you ever seen that?
I'm sorry, I got a little too excited. Yes. Yes.
I'm surprised by the answer.
So my favorite Miss Universe, I would say one of my top 3 favorite Miss Universe is if I'm not mistaken, she is South African Zulu. So she's South African Black. And she had shortcut hair, and she had her 4C curls on her head.
Ooh.
When I tell you that year, normally it takes me a little while over the course of time because I like to do pageant predictions. That's what I was referring to earlier. And you can call them pageant parlays. Yeah. And that's what I call them for me. And and so with that being said, I remember seeing Zosie. I was competing in a pageant and someone showed me a picture of her because she just won that Saturday or that Friday and we were in practice. I said, she's winning Miss Universe this year. And I kept telling people, they were like, no, it was going to be Mexico. It was going to be Puerto Rico. I said, it's South Africa. I said, they're going to give us a true Black Zulu South African queen. And she was regal.
Oh. Now, Zosie?
Zosie. Z-O-Z-I.
Z-O-Z-I. Man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my game back. I used to watch those a couple times, growing up, but yeah, I'm not familiar. I missed that. Oh, okay. All right. I got her. Wow. All right. So for those,
she was Miss Universe the year. There was a Black Miss America, and then there was two biracial title holders. There's Miss USA. Unfortunately, our former Chesley Chris, who committed suicide, unfortunately, and then there was the Teen USA, who, if I'm not mistaken, her name is Kaylee, I think, too, or Haley. I don't remember her, but it was basically women of color who dominated that year.
Okay. We're going to come back. We're going to come back to the pageants. I want to do something that's personal to you. Just want to see if I can get another leg to understand that which makes up Ebony.
Okay.
All right. What would you say your peers would use to describe you?
Are we saying my peers in pageants?
Just anyone that knows you. I want to make it generic. Most people.
That is such a great question.
Got her.
It really is. If my peers are saying it, because I want to be real. There's a completely different sidebar. I do want to be real, authentic, very genuine when I do interviews like this.
Yes.
There is a persona that I still, I'm always going to be true to myself. But when you come down into pageantry for your question and answer, your interview, there is a certain level of a persona and a PR to give. But I do want to be honest. That's why I was like, are we talking about my pageant peers or are we talking about my friends?
Yeah. Definitely them friends.
My friends are going to say unpredictable.
Oh, really?
They're going to say unpredictable.
I got that one.
Reliable, but unpredictable.
So is that because we on EAT, Ebony Acton time? It
just depends. That's unpredictable. I'll use one of my best friends, Joss, for example. So a lot of guys that she's friends with, they show some level of interest. And so she always says, I don't know what she's going to do. I don't know what she's going to say. She's going to surprise me just as much as you, but I do know she's loving. So they'll say other things, but if I'm being completely honest, my friends are going to say that I am unpredictable. And for the most part, it's always good and it's comical. And then there are other times where I am completely human and I'm not going to necessarily show up in the best form. But unpredictable is one of the words they'll probably say.
All right, Ebony. Here's a question.
Okay.
I'm having a cruise and I'm inviting my top 20. Guess what? You in the top 20. Although I gotta give you, hold on before you, because you may not accept.
All right, I may not accept.
Yeah, so let me. You get a disclaimer. You, sorry, I got choked up. I'm laughter on this one. This is I don't even know if I'm hating on this one. Ebony, you only get to bring one piece of luggage on this cruise.
Okay.
You ain't hitting us with all these different outfits and swimsuits and nope. You only get one piece of luggage.
Wait, so you're saying I can only use one suitcase?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Have you not heard of Fashion Nova?
I thought I was constraining you right there. I was beauty queen. I thought you're gonna need all these outfits and products and you.
How long am I on this cruise?
This was gonna be. Oh, sorry. Let me get that in my mind. It was about a 2-week cruise.
2-week cruise. Okay.
Yeah, and I thought I was constraining you with one. No. So nope. You seem like it sounds like that answer because I'm not gonna lie.
Because you said one piece of luggage, and if I need to get that extra large one, I'm gonna use the extra large one, and I'm going to meet the weight limit.
I wanted to know if I was gonna be able to make fun of you as the stereotypical beauty queen we all think of, and you need like 8 porters with 24 pieces of luggage with you behind you.
I do. Technically, I do, but I will make that one suitcase work because I'm a packer. And there's called Fashion Nova and Shein. Okay, I will get the pieces that I need, ball it up. I will probably in the suitcase that I'm thinking of, I could probably fit at least 10 pairs of heels. Ooh. And I would probably have up to 30 to 40 outfits packed up in that suitcase. Not joking.
Oh my gosh. See, now you're going to make me read. Now that's the first time
with the products that I need for my hair. Okay. I'm going to be set.
That's the first time I've used that.
I am that one. I am that one. Not even just a pageant girl. I'm that woman who I need, if we're going on a weekend trip, I need at least 20 outfits to choose from.
All right.
Like I have clothes in my trunk. That's how bad I get.
Well, you ruined that. This is a summer trip, but I did have a follow-up.
Okay. What's the follow-up?
Give me 5 items mandatory that you're taking with you.
Are we like just excluding like hygiene? Is that already a given? Like brushing your teeth, deodorant?
Not excluding it.
We're not excluding it.
But
so
you could say, just because I like you, Ebony, you could say hygiene kit.
Hygiene kit. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So a hygiene kit.
Okay.
I am bringing my hair kit.
No. Okay.
Okay. Because
3 left.
Got travel size stuff.
Put this pressure on you. You only get 3 left. See if I can make her sweat on camera for those on YouTube.
You said 3 items that I have to pack.
Mandatory.
I need a book.
Wait, come on. You're killing us here. You do know
really hard stereotypes
we all have.
Like trying to figure out what do I need because I had to condense the hair kit. So I'm not bringing all the stuff that I need for my hair that I technically need for my hair. That's why I'm over here like, because my hair's not going to look this luscious on that cruise.
Okay.
It's going to be sparing.
We got 2 left. You know you need it. So you got to pack it.
I got to pack it.
Yeah. These last 2 items, that's what you're thinking. You're like, I got to have such and such. And I want to know what these last 2 are. We all want to know. On a cruise.
A cruise.
Were you supposed to be relaxing?
I'm not going to lie to you. A hat.
Oh.
And sunscreen.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's actually really hard because I'm over here like, no, I need more than that. But we're gonna settle with that.
No, that's fine. Those are reasonable because we can all infer from your options, and
Right.
I like that.
That means I'm not wearing makeup. That's why I'm over here like, who? But I know I need a book for sure. Like I have to have a book. Like having a book with me is like a form of like solitude. It's a thing. It's been that way since I'm a kid. But I'm over here like, do I choose the hat or the makeup?
What do you like to read? Like, what would you imagine? What would you imagine the direction you would be headed with that book? Is this murder mystery? We gonna learn something right now.
It depends. Let's see. I like to read a variety of books. So like I have Art of War in my house. I have politics kind of books or politics genre in my house. Yeah. I have self-motivation. I have science fiction. I have, let's see, spiritual based books.
Yeah.
Self-help.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Damn. On a cruise, more than likely, because I haven't finished reading this book, is the 5th book from the Twilight Saga. And it's the one that's from Edward's perspective. That's the book I would read. I would bring with me.
Okay. I'd be interested in that one. You're killing me.
I read it the first chapter. The first chapter, I was like, I love Edward even more. Like he's over here constraining and restraining himself from killing Bella, and he really like that's how you know he's really in love with her as a vampire.
Yes, he is.
He did not kill her.
Yeah. Those are great movies. I'm telling you, they had me. I'm not even ashamed to say that into this microphone. They had your boy wondering what was in the woods up there in Washington State.
In Forks, Washington.
Yo, they had me. All right, so now we're gonna come back a little bit about what is this path of being a pageant participant? How did you come about it, and where are you at right now? Because I heard you mention something like you might be going over to the Philippines. So
yes.
Tell us where it began and then where it's headed now. And by the way, please don't be humble. Like tell us some of the things that you've won, because this your time. We want to know who you are.
I won't, minimize myself as much as possible.
Thank you.
I will say, so let's see. It started when I was younger. I was competing in like 2 or 3 pageants within our church. So it was just our church doing pageants. And that was based more so for scholarships. So for fundraising money. And we did that for 2 or 3 years. And then I went through a phase. I did not want to do anything pertaining to anything girly. I wanted to play sports. I wanted to play in dirt. I wanted to beat up the boys in my neighborhood. I just went on this tangent where like, I don't want to do anything girly. And that's kind of like, the beginning of it. But if I'm being completely honest, it actually started when I was like 4 or 5. I knew for a fact how to spell my name before I could read, any other words. And so Ebony magazine would always come out with these editions for HBCU homecomings. Mm-hmm. So for those who don't know what HBCU is, it is Historical Black College and University or University. And I remember looking at Ebony, even Jet and Essence had it, and looking at these beautiful Black women representing their universities. And they were wearing these gorgeous crowns, these beautiful, regal, professional, classy outfits. And I'm like, I want to be one of those when I grow up. And so after deciding I wanted to attend Virginia State University, I was Miss Freshman, sophomore, took a year off, focused on cheering. And then I told my director, this is like, I literally came into his office and I said, hey, I won't be running for Miss Junior, but I do want to let you know when I come back, I'm coming back for my crown and my title, and I will be the 88th Miss Virginia State University. And that's exactly what I did the following year. And within that whole semester, I pledged, I won, and I was still cheering as well. So I had a full full, and I was a criminal justice major too. I had a full schedule that semester, but it literally was the beginning of my love for pageantry. And I loved dressing up. I loved encouraging people. I liked being able to talk to individuals. And more than anything, I really like to step myself out of the crown and the sash and the glitz and the glam, because I remember one time I was on campus and I was just randomly walking, and there is some freshmen that were there. And at the time, they didn't know I was Miss Virginia State University yet. They found out, I think, the next day, or they found out the next day, and then they saw me in the cafeteria the next week, and they were like, "Why didn't you tell me you were Miss Virginia State University?" But I was literally just talking to them, like, it just as an upperclassman, you know, getting to know them and just talking to them. And I just love being relational to individuals because relatability is not really a common gift now. It's not a common trait or skill because of, unfortunately, social media and what the internet has done.
Yes.
And so that's kind of when it was. But then I didn't go into pageants immediately after college. I had to harness my anger management because I'm the type of person where I could pop off a little bit. So I'm like a legit epitome of a Miss Congeniality. So with Sandra Bullock, that's the type of woman I am. I'm ready to fight. Okay. At the instance where you try to, you know, say some type of sly remark, I'm ready to be like Sandra Bullock, and I'm going to uppercut you. So I really had to work on being more elegant, being more graceful. As a former boss told me, you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. Yes. So I worked on that. I competed in Miss Maryland USA. Unfortunately, I did not place, and I did not win, of course. And at first I was like, I'm not doing pageants at all after that. And it wasn't the sense of, I felt slighted because I know my worth, and I know my stage presence, and I was the first contestant, and I blew the judges away. And it was my first time competing, you know, on that type of scale. And I was like, I'm not doing it. And then I said, no, I am going to do it, but I'm going to find the proper pageants for me. And I'm going to make sure I have a director of integrity. So after I competed in 2019, there was a director that reached out to me through her LLC, and I came across what is called Miss DC for America. So in 2020, I had the opportunity of placing third. So I was second runner up in that particular pageant. And I kind of gave my job away in a question. And the question was, if you can't choose the question is, why? Oh, you can't choose yourself, but who would you choose to win? And I was very honest. And I said, I wanted my friend, she's a very dear friend. I wanted my friend Lakeisha to win because she's the most woman who's like me. And I explained myself. So long story short, I did give my job away. But the next year I came, like, when I say with guns blazing, and I like left no crumbs for anyone. And I won. That's the year I won Miss DC for America Strong in 2021. And I was Miss Congenial. So I was most congenial, and I was most photogenic. So I'm proud about that because it's like, at least they think that I look real in person and in my pictures. Yes. And then I competed that year in Vegas, and unfortunately I did not place, but I won most whimsical for my costume. And so I did cherry blossoms. I was a walking cherry blossom tree. So that was fun. Right. And my bark, like my dress was it looked like a bark. Like it looked like a walking tree. So that was I really enjoyed doing that. Then the following year, as of 2022, which is last year, I competed in Miss DC USA for the first time. Miss DC USA is the most prestigious pageant arena in all of pageants. These women, my pageant sisters, my class of pageant sisters are like top tier women. We're talking about entrepreneurs that actually have multi figures in their business, like within 2 to 3 years, double majors in some type of engineering and STEM. Deshana Barber and Kyra McCullough. And I know that's not their names anymore because they have been married, but that's how they're recognized in the USA and the pageant world. And so, we're talking about top tier, like hitters, like they are like fierce women. And so I was able to place top 12 last year, and I won Miss Congeniality last year. I did come back to return, and I got top 12 again. And this time I won the Community Initiative Award, which was to demonstrate menstrual equity. And I was really, really excited about that because I was able to honor my friend who I mentioned earlier in the story about, like, surprising her. I was able to honor her and her business and her passion. And we collaborated, and I won. Like, I don't even remember how much stuff I was able to donate, but I think I got like over 300, 400 menstrual products, and I was able to donate that to this organization called Posh Pack. So I won that, and I was done. I was like, as of April, I was like, I'm done, y'all. Like, I'm tired. I have been in leadership positions since middle school. I am exhausted. I'm drained. So all summer, I was not working out. I didn't lift that one finger.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
One of y'all, okay? I did not do any of that. And I was just like, I'm done with pageants, And it wasn't a sense, like a bitter sense, like, no, like I've done my job. And so everyone's just like, well, you wouldn't want to do it. And I'm just like, no. And my mind was set. And so my friend, who is actually the director of my current title, she won the director position, or she got awarded the director position. And I hit her up and I was like, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Look at you. You competed in your first pageant last year. You competed in another pageant, and she became Miss Summit Korea. And I was just like, congratulations. She became the title holder for the pageant organization for Miss Summit Ambassador. And I'll explain that a little later. And then, she became the director. So I'm, congratulating her. And she's just like, I get it that you are like, you said you're going to retire, but you're the only person who I can think of to give this national title to for the Miss division, the MISS division. Would you consider it? And I'm over here like, heck yes. Because after all competing on those pageants, I know I deserve to be a national title holder. And that's me, once again, knowing my worth, knowing what work I've put in, knowing the due diligence I've done in my pageant career, my activism, and everything of that nature. And so I said yes. So currently I am Miss Summit United States 2024. And in July, I get to compete on the behalf of the United States, which is our beloved country. And I compete in the Philippines with other women. So yeah, that's pretty much the journey. So I know that was like really long-winded, but one of the things I really love about pageants is that you have to get better. It leaves you no room to stay the same. And I really, really love that about pageants. And one thing I've noticed is that pageants help pageant queens, they become, if that's what they desire, to become wives, and they become the most delicate moms. And I love seeing the pageant queens that are wives and that are moms, or that become wives and moms, and they're just literally killing it in that entity, because they've learned how to soften themselves, they learn how to speak, they go on their way, and they become sometimes extremely famous. You have Gal Gadot and Linda Carter, who are both former Miss Universe national title holders. One is Israel, one is USA, and they're the face of Wonder Woman. We have Halle Berry, even though she didn't win Miss USA, she was Miss America, and we know who Halle Berry is. Michelle Pfeiffer didn't even place in the top 5, or I don't even think she placed at all in California. And 3 years later, she has her debut in Scarface.
Oh.
So it gives you a lot in pageants if you invest. And it's not just about money. If you invest in what you want out of the pageant, it's going to render in tenfold.
I'm so curious. A few of the things that you said there. Okay. let me go back. You're gonna be representing the United States, all of us.
United States,
Can you
everyone.
spell Indianapolis?
Indianapolis, INDIANA. Wait, hold on. INDIANAPOS.
Okay. That was good. I don't even know if I could. And I lived there for a minute. Do you know who the capital of Alaska is?
Isn't it Juneau?
Juneau? You see what I did there? It's a joke.
Or is it Anchorage?
Walked right into it. No, the joke only allows for it to be Juneau. Juneau?
Juneau?
There it is. Okay. That's right. That's okay. That's all right.
Or
I'm not on tour.
That's a serious question. Is it Anchorage or Juneau?
I thought it was Juneau. I didn't think it was Anchorage.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's actually something I'm going to go back. I know majority of the capitals. I'm not going to say here and lie. I might get one or two confused.
Let's go back to during COVID when all of us were shut up in the house. Girl, what was you looking like?
I was actually like fit. I was fit. I was in the house using jugs of water.
What?
I was using watermelons to use weight. I was using books and like putting them in a bag and using that as weight. I was making homemade extension exercises out of resistant bands. I was so fit in 2020, believe it or not. And I was actually mentally the most healthy too.
You ruined that for me. You ruined that for all of us, all the listeners. We thought I was in a good
place. I was in a good place all of 2020. There was no complaints.
Ruined that. Well, the rest of us, we enjoyed our time, and we won't make it prison yard workouts like you.
I was making some prison yard workouts in the house.
All right. You said that you used to do some things representative of Virginia State University. Dare I say you were at football games and basketball games, and let's just say maybe all eyes was on you from the crowd. But let's go to a football game. The band plays what two songs, and you can't stay still. Like you about to move it. What are two songs?
Neck is number one for sure.
Oh,
Especially when we were cheering and we had to pull out either dances or 8 counts. I cannot stay still with Neck. And I get it. Everyone thinks that they have the best band. But when it comes down to the Trojan Explosion, the accuracy and the precision of you hearing the exact horns. And when I say horns, I'm talking about the saxophones, you're listening to the trombones, is perfect. It's too perfect. Like I can't listen to Jackson State. I can't listen to FAMU. I can't listen to A&T, the NCA&T, and like compare because there's no comparison. We literally have the best neck, and that's not even an opinion. The next song, and that's for the most part, it's on halftime, is Pretty Brown Eyes.
Whoa.
They have the best Pretty Brown Eyes.
Wow.
And I'm over here because at the time when I was Miss Freshman, Miss Virginia State was a former Essence of Troy, which was one of the dancers. And so I would see her do her dances. And then that was something I wanted to do. But then I realized how much they don't have a social life. And I was like, no, I still need to be social. And that's not even trying to be funny. Anyone who's in HBCU band, they can tell you don't have a social life. But I would like look at their dance. And until this day, I know the 8 count that they do for that. And not even just the 8 count, but like the full dance.
Okay.
Those are the two for sure. I'm moving and grooving.
Legit. All right. So I'm going to come back. You're representing all of us in the United States of America. Ebony Acton, what's your favorite U.S. city?
Am I answering this question as like a queen? Because you asked that question like I was like in a pageant. Okay.
No, sorry. I know. But I want to know just you, Ebony Acton. Not asking
me as a pageant girl.
Not the Miss Summit United States.
Okay.
I want you.
Miami.
Ooh.
Specifically Coconut Grove.
Oh my gosh. All right.
We're going into the neighborhoods.
Yeah. No, I get
or Little Havana. It's between Coconut Grove and Little Havana, but I'm probably going to go where the food is first before we're dancing. And Coconut Grove has like such good little markets.
Now, Calle Ocho Calle. That's okay. Yeah, Miami is tough. Okay. This one is this is a hard hitter. In fact, I'm about to see if I could test out the strength of that mascara. I think you said that might be running.
It might.
You have one item in the world that you can fix. What you gonna fix? You gonna end cancer? Lou Gehrig's disease? What you gonna do? But you only can do one. What you gonna do? What you gonna wipe out? Eradicate. We're gonna call it Ebony's
Acton. Eradication.
You got there. You got there before me. Yes. So what you gonna do? What you gonna wipe out?
Oh man, I
get one.
There's so much in this world. I would honestly have to say being more compassionate. I will fix the compassion of people if I could. Of course I can't, but I would definitely fix the compassion.
In this scenario, it's a hypothetical. Okay. Wow. Heal the world. Make it a better place. See, I almost sung that, but I promised y'all at the beginning I wouldn't sing it again. But I almost sung that one. That MJ rocks with me.
For you and for me.
I wanted to. I got restraint. I didn't think I did, but I got restraint.
No,
okay. We don't have much longer. So I got to finish with a few things that it's kind of my calling card. I want to ask a lot of people. Ebony, who is the most interesting person that you know, and what will you do to help me get them on this podcast? They don't have to be, it doesn't have to just be the most famous, the most interesting person that you know. They don't have
That's
to be rich,
actually really hard.
to be poor.
I surround myself with great people.
I know. There's a lot of people that'll be listening to this that you know, and they're like, "Why did she pick me?" I just want to put that pressure on you too.
Why did she pick me?
but no, seriously. I mean, because you gotta pick one. I mean, what would that person be? Who would that person be? This is tough.
This is actually really tough.
I like it.
I'm like, so many people are like rolling through my brain right now.
For those who are not on YouTube,
I wouldn't say necessarily interesting.
Okay.
But I will say someone who I admire in strength.
Yeah.
And that would be my former director's assistant. Her name is Rachel St. Amour.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say Rachel is because she's experienced I guess you could say failures of her IVF. So in intro vitro fertilization. And she finally had a baby. She had a little girl. So so she finally got the opportunity of being pregnant. But after years of trying, I could only imagine how much emotional stress she experienced. And to finally come out on top, and her having her prayers and her dreams answered, I would definitely say I would probably get her on.
Okay. And so what would you be willing to do? You gonna DM her? You gonna inbox her? You gonna text her?
I'm like, hey, I mentioned you in an interview and a question. So yeah. Okay.
All right. For the listeners, I hope everyone, and I'm not bashing any of the platforms we're on. We're on iHeart, we're on Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts. But those who are doing this on YouTube, don't do that. I just have been staring at Ebony Acton, a beauty queen, for the last hour. My eyes hurt. I think they done gone cross-eyed. You want to squint? You don't know what to look at. Her hair is luscious. She's got the teeth. There's a bling to it.
There is. I work hard on these bad boys.
Those eyebrows look like they just got painted on. It look like
no paint.
Girl,
no
you're prettier than a car that just got wrapped. What? That stuff is, everything is laying. Ebony, this is not fair. Like, if someone looks at this on YouTube and then they get a video call from their girlfriend next, they ain't picking up. Got that video, that picture of her with her 3 chins. I mean, come on.
You're silly.
Give us something bad. Give us something bad. Take away from Ebony Acton. So we gonna finish this with this question.
Okay.
Ebony, what are you the worst at? This is where we take away. What are you the worst at?
I have multiple weaknesses.
Oh.
I would definitely say one of my what I'm worst at, what I would imagine that I'm really bad at is knowing when and when not to filter. I'm very blunt. I'm very straightforward. As you heard earlier in our interview when you're asking us me in the scenarios.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
very cutthroat, and I know sometimes that really like cuts people to the core, and I've lost friends because of how blunt I am. Yes. But I really, not saying I can't help it. Yeah. I'm really working on it and like learning how to be a little bit more delicate with what I have to say. But yes. I'm blunt. I'm blunt.
Huh.
So sometimes Ebony, a little crude. I'm not gonna say.
I know this happens to you a lot, but I need you to know mine is a little different. I'm sure everybody likes to shoot their shot, but I'm gonna shoot my shot. You going all the way to the Philippines. I used to teach Kung Fu, and I'm pretty handy with these things right here. You need a bodyguard while you're in the Philippines?
Yes,
you never been to the Philippines.
For sure.
I want to go. Like that's on my list. All them islands. You gotta be kidding me.
And we're actually
I'm so excited.
So we're going to Cebu, and like we're on the island like that doesn't get that much because we're going through typhoon season technically.
I figured when I saw it's July, right?
But we're gonna be in Cebu.
So they get typhoons and monsoons, right? Like, is that like one in the same?
Yeah.
Or there's like 2 different? Oh my god! You're gonna have to walk around. You need a sturdy umbrella. You're gonna have some bad hair days. You're gonna be running from building to building.
And that's why I'm not too sad because like say it does rain and we are doing a outdoor photo shoot for the most part, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I don't got nothing to worry about.
Hey. Okay. Well,
okay. I don't know about the other contestants because they might complain, about that. And I got waterproof makeup that I just didn't put it on today because it's for like stage. But I have the waterproof makeup, all that. Like I don't know about them.
You could do the wet look, and you could rock it. Have you? Wait, hold on. So have you ever? Just because I'm thinking like things all pretty ladies do. Have you ever done a slow-mo coming out of the pool or out of the ocean?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we think they'll all do.
Beyond that, I used to have confession time, right? I used to have a desire to, at one point in time, be a video vixen.
Oh. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I grew up watching Pretty Ricky, Nelly, and stuff like that. So I just kind of told my age. But and I'm not too old, but like, if there's Gen Zers out there, like, who is Pretty Ricky? The only reason why they know Nelly is because him and Ashanti got back together. Aside from that, they don't know.
I know. I'm gonna show my age. Finally, he's supposed to boo that up a long time ago. But anyway.
Her mom was the rumor is that her mom kept interfering with their relationship. So I know if I was man or woman, if a mother keeps interfering, I gotta go.
She looks so happy with this dude. I mean, she just looks so. Ebony, you're distracting me. You're distracting me because we're gonna have you back on and we're gonna talk topics and things like that. We could get to that.
Okay.
But for the listeners, we appreciate you coming on. This is amazing. If y'all got to do the podcast, I understand. But listen, we got a beauty queen, and this is a video also. Don't make the decision. Don't go one way. You know which way you're supposed to go. Ebony Acton, thank you for the time. This was fun.
Thank you so much, Donata. I really enjoyed it. It was literally the icing on the cake and the perfect way to end my Sunday, but the perfect way to, begin my week.
Well, thanks again. And we're definitely going to be sending you another invite.
I can't wait. Just let me know.
We're going to talk some topics. I'm going
to have to roll up the sleeves if we're going
to
Yeah.
Hey, enjoy and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
She's ready. Bye.
Bye.